What's going on, gamers? Riverboy here with Game Jam Online, and today we're going to learn a little bit about a technique in Rocket League called the half flip. Now, some of you may know what it is, some of you may not, but that is okay. Let me explain it to you real briefly. The half flip is a technique where you can actually use your car to backflip and then immediately turn around so that way you can accelerate when you're not in a good position. Now, I know it sounds like a lot, but don't worry, I'll explain it further. But let's first get into some warm-ups. For our warm-up today, let's try something a little bit different. Now, some of you may know this warm-up, but I'm telling you it is a great warm-up. Now, I don't have a name for it yet, so if you'd like to comment some names, please do so. Here it is. You put your index fingers up, and then you start by putting it straight up, and then eventually moving it in and then out. And you do it back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, until you feel that, you're pretty warmed up. Now, it's pretty difficult to do with your thumbs or even, middle fingers, ring fingers, but go ahead and try all of them anyways. So I'll now give you a couple seconds to try that out, and go ahead and comment some names while you're at it. This next warm-up is going to be something called hand pulses. Now, if you've seen our previous videos, you might know what this is, but I'm still going to explain it for you. Hand pulses are a great warm-up to make sure you get your entire hand really warm. So first, you're going to hold out your fists like so. Then you're going to move your fingers all the way back as far as they can stretch, and then right back into a fist. Now, I usually do this about 10 times before I can call it a good warm-up, so I'll give you some time to do that. 10 times, and then see you right back for our exercise. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for doing the warm-ups with me, and now we're going to hop into some gameplay. But before we hop into the explanation of our half flip, let me show you some scenarios real quick of where you can use this half flip. As you can see in some of these clips, I am actually using this half flip to get myself out of a very sticky situation and into a much more favorable situation. Now that you've seen these different scenarios, let's practice. In free play, all you have to do is move into a spot where you feel comfortable with your camera angle and then follow these steps accordingly. Step 1 is just doing a regular backflip. In order to do a regular backflip, you must first tap your jump button, which for me is X in this case, and then quickly dragging your left analog stick back and pressing your jump button once again. Doing this simultaneously will let you perform a backflip, and I know this move is a little bit more tricky, but the backflip is always the first step. Next, once you have mastered the actual backflip, you are going to learn how to cancel the flip halfway before it is complete. That might sound a bit confusing, but what I mean by this is you need to perform a backflip, and then as you're doing that movement, you need to push your left analog stick in the opposite way you are backflipping. In this case, you will see, since I push my analog stick down to do the backflip, all I have to do is push it back up while the flip is occurring, and it'll look a little something like this. Great! Now that you've mastered this step, we'll move on to the last step. Now this is where things get a little bit tricky. Before going into this step, I first want to show you my air roll button. Air rolling is when you rotate your car while you are in the air. So in this case, I use my left trigger, as you can see, to air roll. Now let me show you why this is very important. For this final step, you're going to need to do steps 1 and 2, and then right after you cancel your flip, you are going to need to hold down your arrow button like so, and then turn your left analog stick in a circle to flip your car like so. Just like that, you were able to do a half flip. I want to give you all amazing gamers a quick tip though. Before moving on to any of the next steps for this technique, please master the step you are on first. Make sure you can backflip perfectly before learning to cancel it, and then be sure you can master canceling your flip before going into a tricky air roll. So that was the half flip training. Thank you so much for hanging out, and good luck. And as always, I'll see you in the field, Rocket League gamers.